Can you hear
working.
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect.
All right. Whew. What's a webinar without some technical issues, right? I'm glad everything's working now. Yeah, so I was kind of talking about the general agenda for today. Ashish is actually going to go in some details around that, so maybe I'll just pass it to him now.
Yeah, just 1 second.
We were planning on using Google Meet originally. We should have just done that. Do you guys have any recommendations for webinar platforms?
Are you guys able to see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Perfect. All right. I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of questions. So we are already a few minutes late. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for making time and joining us on our first webinar. We started Echowin back in November of 2022. Actually, it was just a month before ChatGPT was publicly launched. And um, in the generative AI application space, we've been around for a while since the beginning. And we have really matured our technology and product as we work closely with a lot of businesses across industries. And also, we partner with the other pioneers to build and distribute this technology. Um, and one of the focus has been building a reliable AI platform that businesses such as yourself can trust and build upon. And at this point, Echoing has hundreds of businesses, ranging all the way from SMBs to smaller enterprises to Fortune 40 companies. So we've come a long way. However, this is our first webinar. We want to share more about how you can build your AI agents and deploy and build reliable solutions using our platform. So let's quickly start with intro of the speakers today. That includes myself and Kaushal. We co-founded Echowin. I'll quickly introduce myself and then pass it to Kaushal after that. My name is Ashish Ghimire. I before Echowin, I spent about 10 plus years in aerospace, developing and certifying flight control systems for different aircrafts. I worked at Cessna for a while and also worked at a company called Radia, which is building the largest aircraft ever. I helped them architect some of their early systems and also was part of a team that built and flew the first all-electric fixed-wing aircraft. I'm super passionate about technology in general, and I think system of systems, and I'm always eager in connecting the dots between business and product and technology. I promise we're not going to learn how to build aircrafts today, but there's a chapter we can take from that side of my experience building reliable systems. And, it's very relevant in the current space of AI technology. With that, I'll pass it to Kaushal to introduce himself.
Thanks, Ashish. Yeah, when you said that we were out before ChatGPT, it really got me thinking about how far we've come. I guess that's a badge we get to hold forever. Anyways, my name is Kaushal Subedi. I go by K, so if you want to call me K, that's totally fine. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders. Started Echowin with Ashish back in November of 2022. My background is in technology. I was in the software engineering industry for about 12 years. Worked on everything from metal building industries to robotics, Amazon Robotics, where we were building autonomous vehicles that work in uncharted space just using stereo vision. A lot of fun stuff. But then generative AI became a thing. And right away, when I first tried the early beta access of GPT-3, I knew that the cat was out of the bag. That we saw early signs of reasoning and logic in machines, which is it's one of the biggest paradigm shift since like the beginning of humanity. Really, I mean, think about it. We were at the peak of intelligence till that point, and now we have something that arguably is even more intelligent, can do more things, and that brings up a lot of questions. Anyways, almost had a existential crisis moment for a little bit after I tried out GPT-3, and that's kind of where me, Ashish, started kind of brainstorming. We started doing some market research, and one thing we realized was, for the first time, there was a technology that could trickle bottom up instead of going top down. Now, what I mean by this is, traditionally, what happened was, some new technology would come out, it would have a lot of R&D cost, and only enterprises would get their hands on it. And it would take a long time before it could be distributed widely to all businesses, especially SMBs. We saw clear potential in being able to distribute generative AI. And one of the formats that we realized would be really good was voice. We realized first, almost every company needs phone number in one way or another. And there was a clear match with generative AI and voice in business context. So that's how we got started. Uh, yeah, that's my general intro. We'll dive into more behind the scenes stuff as we go on, but I'll pass it back to Ashish.
Thanks, Kay. Yeah. So for today's agenda, we're gonna briefly cover echowin, what it does, what the platform looks like, pricing, ROI, and some success stories. And then we'll jump into platform demo. We'll uh, dive into how to build your voice AI agents quickly and how to refine it further for some advanced use cases. Then we'll quickly take a look at the product roadmap, what we're heading into, and then I will open up for Q&A. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to share with us, and then we'll answer them. Um, yeah.
And again, I don't want just two of us to be speaking in this webinar. This is a group of effort for all of us. So please, if you have any questions or anything, please drop it down on the chat. We do have other team members that are a part of this webinar, so they'll be able to gather up the questions, and we can discuss them as we go.
Sounds good. Perfect. So quickly about echowin, as you all know, it's a powerful no-code platform where you can quickly build, train, and deploy powerful AI agents for customer service as well as internal use cases. One of the things we've seen is we build the platform for customer-facing solutions, but then because of how powerful the platform is and how inclusive it is and how modular it is, we started seeing businesses using it for a variety of different use cases that we never thought. So it's been interesting journey on that end. And like what Kaushal was saying, transformative technology like AI, when it comes out, it's usually available to enterprises. But when we started echowin, we saw that we could deliver value to SMBs, small and mid-sized businesses. So we made it our mission to democratize AI and make it accessible for smaller businesses as well, instead of going directly with enterprises. And in this process, in the last 2.5 years, we really doubled down there. And that is the reason we put a lot of time, energy, and effort in simplifying the platform so that it's easier to build powerful solutions within our platform. And as we have evolved in the last 2.5 years, we saw the opportunity to really uh, enable the next generation of builders. Right, there is a lot of infinite excitement around AI. There's things launching left and right on a daily basis by OpenAI and Claude and all these different platforms. But then the challenge is, how do you bring all of that technology in a reliable fashion to solve the real world problems, right? So that's where we come in, and we have hidden all the complexity of the platform and technology underneath the echowin platform, so that builders and business owners such as yourself can quickly build solutions for your businesses and industries. Um, so in this process, we have helped a lot of businesses, like I said earlier, all the way from SMBs to smaller enterprises to Fortune 40 company, and we have built a variety of different applications and solutions for them. And it's the same platform. That says something. It's highly scalable and reliable and secure platform where you can trust us in building your solutions. And in this process, we partner with some of the industry giants, and everyone from OpenAI to Google Cloud, Microsoft, Telenex, DeepGram, and a lot more. Now the exciting stuff, pricing. Pricing has been a tricky topic, in the industry. Last week, Kaushal and myself, we actually went to San Francisco, and that's the hottest topic in town. How do you price all these AI tools and applications, right? So everybody's confused. And one of the things we stuck from beginning was, let's simplify our pricing. We're not selling potatoes in a soap, right? So the consumer base and the customers, they have no idea what they're getting into, what that feature means, and what all the tiers are doing, and what are the different features and tools that you get from all these features. So there was a lot of confusion around pricing, um, and this has been throughout the course of last 2.5 years. So uh, it's our mission to really simplify the pricing, and based on that, once again, we actually really simplified our pricing. Before this, we had ultra pro and starter plans, but uh, now we decided to get rid of all of those, and then we just have one base plan. And the beauty of this base plan is you have fully unlocked platform with the space plan. And when I say fully unlocked platform, it's an all-in-one platform where you can build, train, deploy, test, integrate. And one of the unique aspect of our platform is the visibility tools, which Kaushal is going to show in a little bit, all the way from what the conversations look like, the call recordings, sentiment analysis, call scoring, call summaries, and transcript of the portion of the call after it gets transferred, and all the insights and intelligence from those conversations. We provide all of that for 49.99. So it's a steal in my opinion, and we just wanted to make sure the pricing is simple, and you guys don't have to go through analysis paralysis. You just pick one, and once you pick the base plan, based on your minutes need and usage needs, you can pick different tiers, tier one, two, three. And for higher volumes, we offer discount. Another significant thing that we did is our prices used to be 20 cents per minute. We significantly cut down that pricing too. Now, with the base plan, you will get 16 cents a minute. And then based on the commitment tiers, it goes from 15 to 14 to 13 cents. And this new pricing was launched last week, and we are super excited for our customers to get value out of the platform, a fully unlocked platform. And in
Just,
terms of,
I wanted to pause you
yeah,
quickly there. Looks like your Discord is going off quite a bit. Do you mind just quitting that or muting it for a second?
yes, I apologize for that. Yeah. So in terms of pricing, we also support any custom solutions development and enterprise use cases where we are more than happy to develop a solution and maintain a solution for your business, and build anything unique integrations that works for your unique operation. So that's also available. Um, let's quickly go to ROI and value. As you guys can see in that plot, there you can hire your AI receptionist at a fraction of a cost of hiring a traditional human receptionist, right? Obviously, we want to utilize our technology to empower everyone so that they can free up their 70, 80, 90% of the time, and then focus their time on the real work. But one of the best things about utilizing echoing AI agents is these are highly scalable. You could be receiving 3 calls around the same time, or 50 calls. The AI agent will be able to handle and respond to all those customers at the same time. There's scalability, and the AI agents are constantly accurate based on the training and knowledge base you provide. They will be accurate every single time, and then they are very fast in executing a lot of things. So with these AI agents, they interface with customers. Obviously, there's question answers and basic customer support. But then, what happens after all that data is collected? You can collect all the customer data and information on that call and package it up, and then send it to your CRM or email it to your team member or text you. All these jobs are done at such a fast pace that typically when you think about it, it takes a human a significantly longer period of time to do all of that. But these agents are very scalable and they work at such a fast pace. um, like I said earlier, we've helped a lot of businesses automate their customer service and internal workflow operations. One of our customers is Jiffy Lube, based on Central California. They are using it on all 8 of their locations, and they have found really good success. 80% of the calls and inquiries are directly handled by our AI agents, and they have seen 5 times increase in appointment requests. So they were able to automate a lot of their customer service piece for all of their locations, and which results in higher conversion rates and then saves a significant amount of working hours every week and free up their staff so that they can go work on a variety of different things. Uh, Another example, Polarity, it's Jeremy Ryan. He's running Polarity, and it's an agency that helps a variety of different businesses implement AI uh, into their operations. And in this process of building with echowin, he was actually able to improve his own productivity because being an all-in-one tool, you can build, train, deploy, test, integrate everything in one tool instead of trying to patch 5 to 10 different solutions to make a solution, right? So he was able to improve his own productivity. At the same time, he was able to support his customers, and in this case, the AI agent was able to handle more than 80% of the inquiries directly, and they are able to save up to 15 hours a week by using our platform. Um, and then there is product roadmap. Maybe Kay, you want to cover this quickly?
Yeah, thanks, Ashish. By the way, Ashish, if you click on settings and there's a little option called show camera corner input while sharing screen, that'll make sure that both of those are on. Anyways, back to the product roadmap. Like I said earlier, we started out as a voice agent platform, but at this point, our platform has gone through a lot of different iterations and we've come a long way. One of the key things for us was to make sure that training and testing and deploying and monitoring an AI agent was as easy as possible. And especially since we were trying to make sure that generative AI was accessible to all types of businesses, small or big, this was a key priority. So we have gone through a lot of different iterations of the platform. The previous generation that some of you guys might have seen was a drag and drop based builder where you could create different scenarios for all the things you wanted the agent to handle during a phone call, and then you could drag and drop different blocks to create these like call pathways. We realized that that was compared to everything else that was on the market, that was a really easy and good way to train agents. But then it was also like really cumbersome because you would have to explicitly define every single interaction that happened in the call. So we decided to rewrite our platform again for the third time, and our latest generation platform that you see today, this is the third major iteration. And one of the key things we enabled with this iteration is we went omni-channel. So when I say omni-channel, previously, your agents were only available through phone call via voice, but then now you can deploy the same exact agent to your website using a chatbot. You can either have like one of those floating bubbles that you see everywhere, or you can also embed like a full page chatbot if you wanted like a dedicated support page or something like that. Now, the reason I mentioned that is because one of the key focuses on our product roadmap is to have channel expansion. So right now we support deploying the same agent to phone calls, chat bots, and Discord bots if you want to like manage a community or run some internal workflow automation. So we automate a lot of our workflows internally using the Discord bot. But then we have a lot more coming up. So we are currently on the final phases of launching WhatsApp integration, Messenger integration, and there's Slack, Microsoft Teams, even email. I mean, one of the things that I'm really excited for is the email integration. And the way it would work is, imagine like you have a email conversation with a bunch of people, and you guys need to schedule a call, and maybe you guys come up with some times in terms of what works. Imagine just being able to CC an email address that's your agent's email address, and your agent can take all the information from the email thread and automatically do the scheduling or automatically turn that email into action items on your project management software. So those are the types of scenarios we're enabling with email. So so that's one thing on the product expansion side. The other thing is integration. So we realized that especially small businesses have a lot of different pieces of business applications that they work with, and we want to make sure that your agent is able to communicate with everything. So even right now with Zapier, your AI agent can talk to over 8,000 different business applications. And then we also have open-ended HTTP REST API integration. So with webhooks, you can talk to a third-party system and perform actions like in your like custom software or anywhere else. So we have more integrations planned. Things like different CRMs. Go high level has been something that's like that's been requested quite a lot. So that's something we're looking into. We are also integrating with things like OpenTable for reservations, and there are a lot more. So integrations is a big priority for us. The other one is it is already very easy to build AI agents of any type in our platform right now, and we'll look into how that works in the demo here shortly. But then we also want to take this one step beyond by enabling you to just deploy agents directly from templates. So these will be curated templates, either built by our team or we want to get to a point where you'll be able to build your own templates and put it out there for others to deploy. So that is something that we're actively working on. Now, outside of these things, we do have a lot of other little things in progress, and keep an eye out on our newsletter that we send out every Wednesday for that. Also, please follow us on our social channels. One of our team members can drop some links here in terms of where you can follow us. And then we're also opening our Discord community for everyone. And this might have actually been the first announcement we made for that. I know we did mention it in one of the emails before. So that will be another place to kind of keep an eye on all the things that are happening in the company. So yeah, that's product roadmap. I'm going to give it back to Ashish.
Yeah, actually, I think those are all the slides. Maybe you can share your screen, and then we can start building our AI agent.
Perfect. All right. So this is the fun part. This is probably why most of you guys are here to see how the platform works, and let's actually dive right into that. Just give me one moment here while I share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Please drop a thumbs up or something if you do. Perfect. All right. All right. Let's look into how the platform works today. So this is what our platform looks like today, and if some of you are already existing customers and are a little confused, we did actually make a few changes today, this morning. We pushed out some new things to production. So the sidebar might look a little bit different. But anyways, so this is the dashboard, pretty self-explanatory for the most part. As you can see, there's some quick stats around how your calls are being handled. This demo account here is for a fictional restaurant called Crave Theory. So we're going to build an AI agent today that's going to handle all the different workflows of a restaurant end to end. And you'll be able to see how quickly this can be done, but also how powerful the platform is and how extensible everything is. So this is the dashboard. Again, just some quick access stuff. Let's quickly dive into an agent. So here's what our training process looks like. It's actually very simple. There are four steps to training an agent and deploying it to production. First, you configure instructions. So this is where you'll be able to instruct your agent on how to handle the conversation, everything from how to greet the caller to how to handle different workflows. Again, we'll dive more into this. Then the second portion of this is adding different pieces of knowledge. So when I say knowledge, there might be things that you want to train your agent on. Things like product information, your operating hours, your location, could be anything really. This is where you add it. And then your agent will be able to look into that knowledge base and pull in information as needed during the phone call or the chat sessions. Then we have a really nice testing environment where you'll be able to go and test your agents before you deploy it out to the real world. And the last step is launching your agent, which is where you assign a phone number, pick a voice, or you pick the colors and everything else you need for the chatbots. So that's the general process. Any questions so far? I want to make this interactive, and I want to make sure I don't miss any questions as we go through this. So please drop your questions down here. I will be keeping an eye on these as well. Okay, so let's jump into the instructions portion. First, it's just a document editor. If you've used Google Docs or anything else, you're probably already familiar with this interface. There are a few different parts to this, and we're gonna go through these one at a time. First, there's instructions. So instructions, think of it as hiring a human employee and giving them instructions on how to handle day-to-day job. That's literally what instructions are. So we allow you to just type in instructions in plain English, and the agent will be able to follow them through end to end. So let's see how this works. Let's first start by maybe adding a greeting. So when the caller first calls, we probably want to greet them. So we're going to say something like, greet the callers by saying, thank you for, missed a quote here, calling Brave Theory. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you? Okay, that's it. I mean, that's all the instructions you need. Your agent does have access to caller ID information and a bunch of other things about the conversation. So you can even instruct the agent to greet the callers by their name. I mean, as soon as the call's picked up, you can say, hey, John, how are you doing today? That's totally possible depending on your use case. For now, we're going to leave it at this. Next piece, let's add some instructions. Now, there's no right way to structure these things. Everyone probably has their own ways of kind of structuring things. There's no hard and fast rule. I'm just adding some headers here just to make it easier for myself. So first thing with a restaurant is a lot of people call a restaurant to ask for directions. So let's maybe enable that. When someone asks for the address, mention that it is 123 Test Street, Austin, Texas. Also offer to have the address texted to them. Perfect. Pretty easy, right? It's gonna save this. That's it. Now we actually have an AI agent that will greet us. And then if someone asks for the address, it'll mention the address and it'll offer to have the address texted to them. There's actually one other part to this that I didn't mention, tools. So to let your agent perform real world tasks, you need to give it access to different tools. Now, I've already added a few here just to kind of prepare for this demo, just so we're not diving into every little bit. But the tool that we need for this specific workflow is the ability to send text messages to the caller. The way you add tools is you just add a tool here. We have a bunch of different ones to pick from, everything from being able to send text messages, emails. There's Zapier integration if you want to do like a more detailed workflow. And then there's scheduling. We recently added support for scheduling through Wix because turns out a lot of small businesses are using Wix. And yeah, there's a lot more here. But okay, so there's a few tools. Let me actually, I'm gonna leave a few. Actually, let me delete these. Let's actually create these tools as we go. I'm gonna delete that. Scheduling, I can delete it too. We don't need CRM notes for now. Okay, so that's it. This is the simplest form of agent ready to pick up phone calls. Let me actually just dial right in and see how it works so far. So I'm gonna dial it from my phone and then put it in speaker.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Crave Theory. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, where are you guys located?
We're at 123 Test Street, Austin, Texas. Would you like me to text you the address for easy reference?
Yes, please.
Just to confirm, would you like me to send the address to your number, +17203419012?
Yeah, that's my phone number.
The address has been sent to your phone. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
All right, as you can see, that's all it took to get an AI agent that was able to tell me the address and send me a text message. The best part about this is your customers are more likely to actually click on the direction and navigate to your restaurant instead of having to find it in Google and all that. Like this just helps you reduce more and more friction from your customer's journey, which is a big use case for AI these days. Okay, let's move on from that. Any questions so far? Okay, so no questions is good. So let's create another scenario. With a restaurant, reservations are common. So let's create a scenario where the AI agent can handle reservations. So this is going to be, let's make this a little more dynamic and let's add a few more caveats to this. So when someone wants a reservation, let's do a few things. First, ask for the name of the person requesting reservation, right? And then maybe we'll need ask for the number of people in their party. So we probably want to know how many people you need the reservation for. And then also ask for when they would like the reservation for, right? Okay. So once we have all the piece of information, let's make this dynamic. If the number of people is less than 5, so let's do it. So let's build this workflow so that if the number of people is less than 5, let's automate this flow. But then if it's more than 5, maybe the restaurant doesn't have too many tables that support a party of more than 5. Then we probably want to maybe request a manager to confirm or something like that. So let's see how this works. Check our calendar and schedule a time. Easy as that, right? And if the number of people is more than 5, then text the manager with all the details of the reservation and transfer call to the manager. Okay. So this seems like a pretty decent workflow. When someone wants a reservation, we're gonna ask for all the details. If it's less than 5 people, we can automatically use the calendar tool to schedule that. If it's more than 5 people, we're gonna text the manager with all the details and then also transfer the call so that when the manager picks up the phone call, they already have context in terms of what the reservation looks like. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now you can make this as dynamic as you want. The agent has information about what time it is currently and a lot of other details. So you could even say something like, if it's during office hours, transfer to the manager. If it's not during the restaurant open hours, then maybe like send a text message. So you can make it as dynamic as you want. I'll leave it at this for now. Okay, saving that. Now let's quickly look into our testing environment here. Actually, before we do that, I need to add our scheduling tool. So what I'm going to do here is I will use my personal calendar. So you can configure a few different things when it comes to scheduling. First, there's a way to create availability slots. This is like where you kind of define when there's scheduling is available. For now, I'm going to leave it at default. Duration, okay, let's just say 60 minutes is the average duration for the meeting. Minimum lead time, I'm just going to say 30 minutes. Maximum lead time, let's not let people schedule more than 7 days before the actual thing. Okay, let's add this here. All right, that's it. Now, let's go to testing here just so we can test it out. So first, let's talk about the testing environment a little bit. There are a few different ways to test your agent. There's voice. Now, this voice testing environment will let you talk to your agent directly from your browser. So, as you're building, you can quickly test things right here. The second option is phone call. So if you want to see what things sound like when you're on a phone, you can definitely do that as well. And then the third option here is to just kind of chat with the agent. Just to make it easy, let's just go ahead and chat with the agent. Hey, can I get a reservation? Let's see what it says. Can I get your name? Yeah, it's... How many people will be in your party? I'm gonna say 4 because I wanna show you how the scheduling works. When would you like the reservation for? Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Perfect. Your reservation for party 4 is confirmed tomorrow at 2 p.m. And then, you can look at the details. Now, let's quickly go to my calendar here. All right. And there we go. The reservation is ready. Okay. So as you can see, that's working great. Let's move on from that. By the way, feel free to drop questions down there. It looks like Ashish has been answering a lot of them, and then we'll answer some of these kind of as we go at the end. We'll have a Q&A section at the end. So if you have some questions that you think might be answered, as we go through the demo, feel free to write them down, and we'll talk about them at the end if we don't answer them. Okay. All right, so that's that. The other one is maybe like we'll do a simple complaint gathering. So if someone has a complaint about or just complaint, yeah, gather the details along with callback information and text it to the manager. I mean, you probably have an idea of how all this works now. So I'm going to add a new tool called send text message to manager. And then I'm going to add phone number here. You can add multiple recipients for the text messages. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, that's it. Now the agent will be able to gather details of a complaint and then send it to a manager. Now, maybe another one could be missing delivery orders, right? A lot of people order online from restaurants, so missing delivery orders are common. If someone wants to report missing delivery order, let's make this a little bit dynamic. Ask them if they ordered from Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Grubhub. And if they ordered from Uber Eats or Grubhub, tell them to contact the company directly, as they will handle refunds directly. If they ordered from DoorDash, ask for what they ordered and when. Email our front desk and the manager with the details. But actually, you know what? Let's make this even more fun. let's actually log it to a spreadsheet. Why don't we do that? So let's do this. Log the details of the order to our spreadsheet, or I'm just going to say to Google Sheets for now. Tell the caller we will get back to them shortly. Okay. Now you might be wondering, how do we add this to Google Sheets? This is where Zapier integrations come to play. So why don't we build an integration that will let us send all this to Google Sheets directly. So first, I'm going to create a Zapier trigger here. The name is going to be what I described to the AI agent, which is log to Google Sheets. And then expected variables. Now these are like different pieces of information we'll be collecting from the call and then passing to Zapier. So this would be things like in this case, since it's about order, let's say order, or let's just say items for the items, and then time, and then what else do we need? Maybe the name of the caller. Okay, that's all we need to send. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and add this now. So we have that tool. The next part of this is connecting this on Zapier. So I'm going to go back here. You know what? Let me just delete all of this and start from the beginning. Actually, let's just create a new one. I'm going to go back to my Zaps. Oh. So this is Zapier. If you don't know, Zapier is an integration platform that will let you connect different tools together to create, create like a very complex workflow if needed. So let's go ahead and create a new Zap. And what we're going to do here is first, it's going to let you pick a trigger. So in this case, we're going to find echowin. Oh, it's already a top app here. Okay. And then it's going to ask for what triggers this Zap. So Zaps are just workflows. Think of them as workflows. So in this case, the agent is going to trigger the Zap. And I've already like connected my account here with Zapier, but it's really easy to do. You basically get a API key from here, and then just paste it in Zapier. It'll kind of guide you through that. So that part is not relevant here. And then now there's one called log to Google Sheets. Let me refresh this. What did I call this one? This is not enabled. Oh yeah, it is log to Google Sheets. Okay. So as you can see, my Zap does show up here. So this will let me pick which tool is going to trigger this. And then I'm just going to quickly test it. Ta-da, looks good. I'm going to continue. Okay, now what do we want to do with that data? We want to add it to Google Sheets. So what do we want to do there? We want to create a spreadsheet row. There we go. And then I'm just going to pick which spreadsheet. Oh, wait, wrong one. Missing orders. That's the one we want to use. Okay. And then you can like pick the worksheets and everything. This is all like pretty self-explanatory. Now, first, let me show you what the sheet looks like. So I just have a simple sheet with like 3 different header items: name, time, and items. These are the same exact things that I sent from here, but we just need to kind of connect which is which here in Zapier. So it's asking me, so it took a look at these headers, and now it's asking me which data coming from echowin is relevant here. So I'm going to hit plus. So there's a caller ID name. I'm just going to quickly map that. The time should be coming in here, and then the items should be coming in as items. That's it. So you might be wondering like where Zapier gets all these from. This is based on whatever we put here. So anything you add here will come up as an option in Zapier, in case you were wondering. Okay, that all looks great. Let's quickly test it. Yep, that says it's good. So I'm just gonna hit publish. Okay, that's it. Now it's connected. I'm gonna quickly rename this log to Google Sheets. Okay, now that it's all connected, that's pretty much all we need to log things to Google Sheets. But the beauty of this is that instead of just Google Sheets, you can literally send that data anywhere, whether that's your CRM, whether that's your law firm management software, whether that's your e-commerce platform. I mean, the potential is endless. Um, so why don't we go ahead and test that? Actually, I think it's going to be a fun one. By the way, I just realized that my face is not showing. Oh, there we go. All right, let me go ahead and dial this number again.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Cray Theory. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, my order from 2 hours ago still hasn't arrived.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Did you place your order through Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Grubhub?
It was through DoorDash.
Got it. Can you tell me what you ordered and the approximate time you placed the order? I'll log the details and make sure we follow up on this for you.
Yeah, it was around 11 a.m. and I think I ordered a samosa and a Diet Coke.
Thanks for sharing the details. I've logged your order and we'll get back to you shortly to resolve this. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
Nope, thank you. Okay, as you can see, as we were looking at the sheet here, number 4 populated with samosa and Diet Coke, 11 a.m. But yeah, I hope this gives you an idea of how this works. I mean, you can really take this above and beyond and create whatever type of automation you want just using this. Okay, let's go back now. So maybe let's create some other scenario. Okay, I have one in mind. A lot of questions. I mean, a lot of people ask if a restaurant has outdoor seating available, and a lot of times they want to bring their dog, or when if you live in a place like Florida or something, if the weather is nice, you probably want to sit outside. So let's build something for that. When someone asks if we have outdoor seating, let's make this little more dynamic. A lot of restaurants do have outdoor seating or patios, and the catch here is that if it's too cold outside, or if it's like raining or something, the patio might be closed. Why don't we create a system where the agent will tell the callers in real time if the patio is open or not based on the weather? So let's do that. First, I'm going to ask the agent to check the weather. And if the weather is sunny or cloudy, let them know our patio is open. If it's raining, tell them that we do have a patio, but it is currently closed. That's it, right? Okay, you might be wondering where we're gonna check the weather from. So for that, we're actually going to use a HTTP REST API. Now, this is kind of a more advanced use case, but I just wanted to show you that it's possible to integrate your agents with much more dynamic data sources that are external to our platform. So, one example is like, let's say you're a bank and you want your callers to be able to call in and ask about their account balance, right? In those cases, you can maybe you'll gather like an account PIN or something like that to authenticate the account. You will send that information out to your backend system, which will then authenticate the user based on the phone number and the account PIN, and then provide that balance back to the agent. And the agent will be able to then tell you, the account balance or anything else like that. So in this case, we're going to check the weather. I've actually built like a little test API here that's going to send back a weather response. In this case, I'm just going to hard code thunderstorm just to kind of see what it does. And then we're just going to use that API. So I'm just going to copy the link to that API here. Again, if you don't understand APIs and webhooks and HTTP REST and all of that, don't worry about it. This, for the most part, you don't even need something like this. Okay, so that's that. Description is check weather. and then the webhook URL is that. Now, as you can see in this API, we're sending a response of weather, and we do want the agent to be able to read that. So I'm going to add weather here, and that's it. Now we have an agent that can check the weather and dynamically tell us if if the patio is open or not. Okay, time for, how should we test this? Maybe this time we'll actually use the voice chat option here to test it. Okay, let's go ahead and start a session. By the way, I'm not sure if Webinar Kit is going to share the audio from my browser. You know what? Let me just dial it in, because I don't know if this audio is going to get shared.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Cray Siri. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, I was thinking about bringing my dog there, and was wondering if you guys have any outdoor seating.
Unfortunately, the weather is showing thunderstorms today, so our patio is currently closed. Let me know if there's anything else I can help with.
Okay. As you can see, I was able to call the API, get that information, and then use that in the platform. Okay, cool. That's instructions in a nutshell. I know we covered a lot of different things. You can make the agent as simple as you want or as complex as you want. Sky is really the limit here. And the thing is, there's no right or wrong way to do instructions. Typically, if a person can understand it, the agent can most likely understand it too. So that's instructions. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Is there anything else you guys want to explore here in the instruction section? I'll wait a second while I sip on my coffee. All right, moving on. We saw that the agent was able to do quite a lot of things just based on these instructions. But sometimes you might have cases where you need more information than what you can add on instructions for the agent. So this is where maybe there are maybe you have a ton of products. Imagine like you're an e-commerce company, you have like 30 different products. You probably don't want to add all the product information in instructions, right? So there's a better way to organize that, and that is the knowledge base. So this is where all the information goes in. So first we have Q&A references. These are just question answer pairs where you can just add quick questions like, do you have outdoor seating? And then the answer is yes, we have plenty of outdoor seating. What are your hours? Things like that, right? So you can just add knowledge here. So think of these as like frequently asked questions. But maybe you already have a website that contains all the information that the agent needs. You can just quickly add the website here, and the agent will automatically be able to gather all the information it needs from the website and answer your callers. So if you have a ton of product pages for your e-commerce shop, you can just add them in here. We also let you upload documents, so you can just quickly upload PDFs or whatnot. Maybe your company already has SOPs or other documents that are used to train employees. You can just upload them here, and the agent will be able to use that as needed. So that's knowledge base, really self-explanatory. The agent just pulls in information from there as needed. The other part is testing. So testing, again, we've already talked about it. A few other things you can do. You can pick from a huge library of voices. There's a speech selection, and then you can add key phrases. There's all sorts of things you can configure there. One last thing I wanted to actually touch upon here is kind of going back to instructions. These agents are multilingual. So you can train these agents in English, but then when the caller is calling, the agent can automatically switch between over 32 different languages, based on the conversation. So why don't we actually try this out real quick?
Okay, and then before you try, I was wondering if you could maybe cover email tool as well. Jerome was asking about it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So email tool is built in. Yes, the agent is capable of sending emails. And the way it works is, pretty similar to all the other tools. So in this case, we add a new email tool that sends an email to the manager. And then maybe the email for the manager is just manager@wireshot.com. Add it. that's it, right? Now what you can do is like you can add a workflow like when someone wants to contact the manager, um, we're gonna say ask for the details, send an email to the manager with the subject line of a new contact request from, and then like maybe we want to put name of the caller. So I'm just gonna, you can like, there's no right way to do this. I'm just gonna say name of caller in brackets just so the AI understands how to do that. Okay. And the body should look like this. So you can even define what the body looks like. A new caller has requested to contact you. Here are the details, right? And then we're gonna say maybe name of caller. Anyways, hopefully this gives you an idea of how that works. So let me know if that answers your question.
And perhaps maybe we can quickly test this workflow too.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Here are the details. Name. Okay, you know what? The body. I'm gonna let the AI dynamically decide the body. In this case, I'm just gonna add that in, and let's just use chat for now. Hey, can I talk to your manager? The server was being rude when I came there with my wife last night around 8 p.m. Contact, my name is Jerome. Please contact me at 888-999-1234. Okay, I'm gonna be Jerome for a second here. Ta-da. That's it. All right, so the details has been sent to the manager, and as you can see, it even formatted it in HTML. But then, yeah, the subject line, new contact request from Jerome, and I got an email saying new contact request from Jerome. I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but yeah. And then, yeah, sent all the information. The caller Jerome reported that a server was being rude. Well, you get the idea. So easy as that. So I think Galen had a question around, apologize for joining late in the, okay, so for scheduling, so the question is, for scheduling, is there an option for non-Google calendars, Microsoft 365 or Outlook? So we are working on Outlook integration. Currently for scheduling, there are a few different ways to handle scheduling. First, we have direct scheduling, as we saw earlier with Google Calendar, where the event actually gets created directly in Google Calendar. And then we also support Wix as another scheduling tool now. But Microsoft 365 is coming, and we are planning on creating a deeper integration ecosystem specifically for calendars, so that we can directly connect to other calendars as well. Few other ways to handle this is, let's say you use something like Calendly or some tool that gives you a little booking link that lets you schedule things. A lot of the times we see a lot of businesses offering to text that link to their callers. So when someone calls and says, hey, can I schedule something with you guys? The tool will offer to, it will say, I mean, the AI agent will say something like, can I send you a link to our booking calendar where you can like book it? And then if they say yes, the link will be texted, and then quickly they can, fill out that form. So that's another way of doing it. For like really small businesses where maybe they don't even have a calendar, you can just take scheduling information or appointment information and text it to someone working there, so that they can like follow up with confirmations. Looks like another query here is, I would love to have cal.com or Calendly. Yes, so we are looking into direct integrations with them as well. But right now there are a few different ways to handle this. And we saw the Zapier example earlier, right? So that's another way to do it, where you can directly gather all the information you need in the call and then send that to Zapier, so that Zapier can connect to cal.com or something else, and added directly there. Now, there, since it's such an open-ended platform, there are many ways to do it. You can even do like a HTTP REST API call using the webhook. A little more advanced, but again, if you have like a custom application you're using for your company's backend, connecting with that is absolutely possible as well. Okay. All right. Great question. All right. Moving on. I think we were gonna try languages. So let's maybe quickly give that a shot. I think we already tested that out. Want to report missing. Okay. Let me dial in again.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Cray Siri. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, can you talk to me in Hindi?
हाँ, मैं हिंदी में बात कर सकता हूँ। बताइए, मैं आपकी कैसे मदद कर सकता हूँ?
मुझे आपका मैनेजर से बात करना है।
आपको मैनेजर से बात करने की क्या वजह है? कृपया मुझे कुछ जानकारी दें ताकि मैं आपकी मदद कर सकूं।
Apologies for my bad Hindi. But as you can see, the agent can switch to different languages. You can set a default language as well. And then you can even instruct the agent to say something like, in the greeting, you can say something like, thank you for calling Crave Theory. I'm an intelligent assistant, blah, blah, blah. Press 2 for Spanish, or just say Spanish for Spanish, right? And then you can instruct something that says, if when the caller presses to switch the language to Spanish. So that's as easy as it gets, right? Yeah, so language support is a big one. Now you can even do similar things with transfers, for example. Like we've seen a lot of cases where callers call and before even talking to anyone, they just start mashing the 0. So you can say when the caller presses 0, transfer to customer support. So yeah, all of that is possible in the platform. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna remove that for now. And then now let's kind of move on from there. Another thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but as I was talking earlier, the transcript here was updating in real time. So that brings us to the next part of this, which is visibility. Now that you have an agent that you've tested and have deployed, we'll touch on deployment here in a second. You probably want to make sure that you have full visibility into what exactly is going on, right? That's where our visibility tools come into play. First, you will get live transcripts for everything that's happening during the call. So as the call is happening, even though you're not picking up the call, you'll know exactly what's going on. But then this extends beyond live transcripts with the agent. So there might be cases where you need to escalate the call to to a manager or a customer support or whatever. Our platform will also give you a transcript that's diarized, meaning like with the name of the caller and name of the other person in proper sequences for the transferred portion of the call too. So this will be your all-in-one visibility portal for all of your customer communications. And we actually have some businesses that are just using us for call routing and visibility, because right there's a lot of value. Now, going beyond that, of course, we provide you with call recording so you can see exactly what's going on. We also have call summaries, so you can at a glance see what's going on. By the way, all this information is also emailed to you after every single call. And now to make things easier for you as a business owner or operator, we also provide CSAT scores. So these call scores, it's a score between 0 and 10 that will give you at a glance idea of how successful the call was. And then we also have sentiment information where you'll be able to, at a glance, see how happy your customers are or how things are going in general. This kind of goes beyond beyond most sentiment systems out there that we see, where things are based on the transcript. In our case, this system picks up on tiny little things like the pace of the voice, the tone of the voice, and subtle little hints that even us humans would have a hard time picking up on. So it's a really good way to get like at a glance information of how things are going for you. Okay. Cool. That's visibility. Let's quickly look into deployment. So we talked about instructing, adding knowledge, testing. Now, when you're ready to deploy, this is where you would go. Now, first, I think I don't know if all of you guys are familiar with this, but our platform is free to try, meaning there's a free forever plan where you'll be able to go in, instruct your agent, test it out. We even give you some free credits so that you can, you have some credits to try things with. And then you only pick a plan and pay when you are ready to deploy, when you make sure that it works for you and then are ready to put it in production. Now, when that time comes, we have a few different options. Like I said earlier, phone calls, chatbot, and Discord. WhatsApp and Messenger are coming soon. We have email, Microsoft Teams, Slack, and a lot of other ones coming in the future. Let's look at how phone calls work. So first, there's a lot of configuration around phone calls. We are an end-to-end platform, so we do everything from providing you with a phone number to giving you the training, testing, interface, to the visibility and everything in between, right? You can pick between this huge library of voices. You can configure some other things, but one thing I want to show you here is our number compass. So this is one of a kind thing that I don't think anyone else has at the moment, where we help you find the perfect phone number for your business. So let's see how this works. First, I'm going to pick United States. Crate Theory is a restaurant, so I'm going to pick a restaurant. It's called Crate Theory. You can pick an area code if you want like a specific area code, but the number pool is bigger if you don't have that requirement. So let's just see what this does. Now, the way Number Compass works is it actually uses generative AI to find the perfect phone number match for your specific business. So in this case, since we have, since we have a restaurant, we're getting phone numbers like 53121 bites or 5845 meals. You get the idea, right? Phone numbers are a lot of times they're the identity of your business. They're like your email address or your website address. So we wanted to make sure you get the best one available. So that's where Number Compass comes into play. Now, if you wanted to pick one of these and assign, it's as easy as clicking this and assigning it to an agent. In our case, we've kind of already done that. So that's phone calls. Then there's website chatbot. Website chatbot comes in a few different formats. First there's the floating chatbot, where you've probably seen a lot of websites with like a little floating chat bubble on the bottom right. You can customize the look and feel. You can add some default messages and whatnot. But then all you really do is just copy this script and then add it to your website. That's it. You can also have like a full width version of this, where it's like if you wanted a dedicated support page, you can definitely build that as well. So let's go back to deployment. And we also have Discord bot. Pretty easy. You just connect it to your Discord server, and then your agent can help you manage your community. All right, so that's instructing your AI agent, adding knowledge, testing, and deployment. I want to touch, I could go on for days, honestly, but I want to touch upon a few other key things here. One is our platform does come with a built-in CRM or customer relationship management system with no contact limits. So let's go to contacts here for a second. And the way it works is, it's a portal for you to be able to have a at a glance view of all of your customers. One thing we do differently is like every time your business gets a phone number, we automatically gather all the information we can from our telecom partners, including caller ID, and then we automatically populate this contact list. So you will have an ever-growing lead list or a contact list as you get more and more phone calls, and then you can always like dive into one of these. Now, a few other things, you can like add notes. You can let your AI agent add notes to the customer as needed as well. So that's all part of the platform. We also have stage management. So you can go to this Kanban style board. Now, these stages are customizable. So it doesn't matter if you want to create like a sales funnel here or a pizza delivery tracker or whatever your business demands, you'll be able to quickly, create this type of board where you can move customers around. Best part is your AI agent can completely automate this process as well. So again, for some use cases, this is very important. For others, it might not matter, but all of this is built in. One other thing I want to mention is you can always export your contact list. So if you wanted to use your contacts for remarketing or some other purpose, that's absolutely possible as well. Okay, so that's that. Last thing I wanted to quickly touch upon is campaigns. So we do support outbound campaigns for specific use cases, things like sending appointment reminders, or one big enterprise use case we've been helping with right now is outbound collection calls. So if your business needs to send outbound collection calls, our platform can completely automate that for you, where the agent will not just dial and tell them about the pending bill, but it will also offer to transfer to billing if they want to pay, or send them a link to pay. And then if, for example, they don't pick up, then it can automatically follow up, and you'll get like full visibility around that as well. Okay, I know I said a lot of things, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions in mind too. So yeah, that's pretty much the big picture in terms of the platform. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything else you want to try out here.
Okay, actually, I was wondering if we can cover one more scenario. Maybe we can do the transfer scenario. Maybe if we can also speak about how we can build a quite extensive call router within echowin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, actually, that's a great use case. So let me actually just clear this up here for a second, just so I have an easier viewport. Okay, so maybe you want to build a call routing system. I know I briefly touched upon that earlier, but like traditionally, most businesses have been using these IVR systems where it's like, press one for this, press two for this. And it's not a good experience on either end. Like for businesses, they're losing customers because customers are frustrated, and for customers it's like you have to go through pages and pages of menu, you have to provide a bunch of information, maybe stay on hold for 30 minutes, and then when a person picks up on the other end at the end, you most likely will have to repeat all that information. I'm sure we've all been there while trying to call Comcast or something like that, or maybe airlines. With an AI agent, you can completely completely replace that. So let's see how that works. If someone wants to talk to or wants to get a reservation, transfer them to, I'm just going to say Ashish for now. And then you can say, if someone is calling regarding a reservation for corporate parties, transfer them to the manager, right? The point here is you can do intent-based transfers. So when I say intent-based transfers, maybe like, if someone calls and they say, hey, I want to do XYZ, or I want to talk to XYZ, maybe you want to handle that call differently if they're based on if they're an existing customer or not, right? So you can even say something like, if they're an existing customer, transfer them to some department that handles existing customers. If they're a new customer, transfer them to sales so that like a new salesperson can take it from there. So in some ways, this kind of can act as a lead filtering system. I mean, you can do like you can kind of like filter out the right person to send to the right place and do all that dynamically with all the visibility of the platform. So that's generally how this works. And then once you add that, all you really do is you add the transfer call tool. I can say Ashish here. Ashish, I don't know your phone number, so let me quickly look into this. Sorry, Ashish, your phone number is going to be everywhere now.
That's all right. I already get so many spam. I'll build an agent to handle all of that.
Right. And then the other part of this is like you can do time-based transfers. Okay, actually, let's change this example. Okay, now that you know how that works, if someone wants to get in a reservation, what we're gonna do, if they are calling between the hours of 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., then we want to transfer them to Ashish. If they are calling outside of our open hours, then collect collect the name of the party and this amount of people, and text that information to the manager. That's it, right? Let me save this. Let me clean up the tools here. I know we added a lot of things here as we were testing. Okay, Zapier, bye-bye. Transfer call, text message to manager. That looks good. We don't need scheduling anymore. Okay, let's leave that one. Okay, cool. Let me quickly dial in. I almost called Ashish by accident. Okay, here we go.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Cray Theory. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, I wanted to get a reservation for tomorrow.
Transferring you to Ashish for assistance with your reservation.
Yep, that's me. Ashish, can you actually pick up? Oh, I don't know if Ashish hung up. Okay, anyways, you get the idea. So the call went to Ashish, but then if we were calling outside of hours, then we would just collect that information, send it to the manager. So this way you can automate a lot of different workflows that are time-based. These could be based on some information you collect from the caller. So this opens up a whole new world of call routing, even if that was the only use case. Excuse me. All right, so that's call routing. Did you have any questions around this? Do we have Indian phone numbers? We don't do. Excuse me, it's allergy season. We don't directly provide Indian phone numbers through the portal right now, but for a lot of clients, we can do we can work on one-to-one basis to enable that. So yeah, reach out to us. Maybe that's something we can work on. Through the platform, the currently supported countries for the phone numbers are US and Canada. And how do I forward them? Yes, so you can always forward your phone calls to the echowin phone number. So there are a few ways to port your phone number to echowin. First, we support something called Fastport. Now, if you already have a phone number that maybe you're paying Verizon or AT&T for, and you just want to bring it into echowin, we'll let you do that for free. And with Fastport, a lot of times it only takes like a day or two for that to happen. The second option here is to just forward your phone calls so that it goes to your echowin phone number. That gives you a little more flexibility. And then the third phone number is, if you wanted to get a new phone number and use that, that is an option as well. Now, the fascinating thing is, we primarily only support US and Canada when it comes to providing phone numbers, but we have a lot of international audience that wants to use this internationally. And we've even found businesses in other countries taking a local phone number and forwarding those calls to echowin just so they can use the platform. So first, I want to say we are working on enabling international phone numbers directly through the platform. Even right now, for our enterprise deployments, we can work with international phone numbers. Second, if you have some use case in mind and would really like to use it, let us know. I think we can make it happen. Okay, so that's phone numbers. Did you have any other questions? Okay, I'm gonna quickly scroll through. Sean's asking, do DTMFs work? Yes, so the agent can listen to DTMF input. So earlier I was giving that example of press 2 to transfer, press 2 to switch language to Spanish. So you can just type that in the instructions. You can say something like, when caller presses 0, transfer them to customer support and things like that. And then for outbound DTMF, you can do send DTMF tones. So as soon as you add that tool, you can say, if press 2 to connect to their support when asked, or something like that. I don't know when you would want to use DTMF, but a lot of times, like when connecting, maybe you want to type in an extension, right? So you can definitely like instruct the agent to do things like that. So that's the tip. All right, so I'm going to quickly scroll through this list. I know some of these questions have already been answered, but I do want to answer them again just so it's on video as well. Um, so we talked about the call forwarding. We talked about the international phone numbers. Cal.com and Calendly, absolutely. So we briefly touched upon that. And then we are adding more and more integrations. Email tool app, yes, we have email tool, so that's there. And scrolling up here, do you have a support page where I can listen to them or a demo? Yes. So you can either book a demo with us, or if you go to our website, echo.win, there's actually a little section in the middle where you can just click on the talk icon and talk to an agent directly from there. So feel free to try that as well. We have a ton of voices. The other question here is around voices. And we use a lot of different providers, like some are kind of in-house, some are more experimental. I think at this point we have over 30 or 35 different voices, and we're constantly keeping up with the industry and trying to bring the best voices into our platform. A lot of times there are restrictions, sometimes it's pricing, sometimes it's latency, but we are pretty agile with that. That being said, one thing I wanted to mention was that the goal of our platform is to abstract away a lot of the technicality that comes with building voice agents. These days it's relatively easy to build like a bare bone voice agent, but then the complexity goes up exponentially once you hit like a certain threshold, and that's kind of where echowin fits in. First, it's an end-to-end platform, so instead of stitching together tens of tools to create a voice agent workflow, maybe you'll get a voice agent API from somewhere, you'll maybe connect it to NA10, and maybe you'll connect it to some knowledge base, and there's the speech pipeline, there's all of the visibility stuff, right? Putting together everything like piece by piece, first, is not scalable. Second, it's hard to manage. And our platform, the goal here is the baseline of AI is moving very, very quickly. It used to be months, every month we would get like a new big advancement in AI, and then it became weeks, and then it became days, and now it's like every day we're getting multiple new things. We don't want you to have to think about all the technicality or try to keep up with the industry. We're the tool builders. We live and breathe that world, and our job is to bring all of the latest and greatest that's happening in the AI space into the platform, so that you can focus on the business logic, which is in the form of these instructions and knowledge base and everything that we saw today. So yeah, we're here to help you actually deploy agents in production without having to worry about all of the baseline. Okay, so we talked about the voice. I'm scrolling through more questions here. Give me one moment. So white label is a big question. I'm actually gonna save that for Ashish here. I'll pass it back to him. So let's hold on that for just a second. Let me kind of go through.
Or perhaps I can quickly answer on the white label. Yes, if you're interested in white labeling our platform, absolutely, please join the wait list. We are very close to launching our platform, and with white label, you'll be able to deploy it for other businesses. You can have your own branding. Yeah, and then we're in the final stages of testing it, and then our plan is to partner with few customers to really mature our offering and the white label program itself. And I think it's going to be a great way to distribute the technology further to other businesses. And if you're interested in white labeling, please sign up to the white list, and then let's set up a quick call, and then we can go from there.
Yeah. Just to kind of add on a few pieces to the white label, the goal here is to let you build AI agents that you can then, sell it to your clients or deploy it to different parts of your organization. And the way it works is like you can train your AI agent. So that's kind of where your expertise comes into play, right? You might be coming in from different industries where you have a lot of industry expertise. So you would train agents with that, and then you can deploy that and give your end customers access to a branded portal with your own logo, with your own domain name, where they'll be able to log in and get all the visibility and everything that we saw on the platform today. And you'll also get to pick and choose how much access you want to give them. Maybe, if your audience is not very technical, maybe you don't want to give them access to the training portion. So you can literally pick and choose how you want that to be presented. So we'll talk more on a demo. Feel free to book one if you're curious. Okay, white labeling. So that's great. Use cases. So customer service is a big one. AI receptionist. We've seen a lot of internal workflows being automated as well. So this could be anything from a simple HR hotline to, like maybe if you're doing something repeatedly again and again within the company, you can just quickly create a chatbot or a phone number to be able to automate that. So the potential is limitless. And we actually get surprised by the amount of innovation we see from the businesses using our platform. Sometimes it's like we come across use cases that we did not expect at all. I mean, there was this company where they were dispatching field agents that would work on electrical panels, and one of the issues was these technicians will travel to different parts of the country, and at the end of the day they were supposed to report back with all the things they worked on, whatever was pending, right? The issue was not all parts of the US, I mean, it's 2025, I think this should be a solved problem, but not all parts of the US have proper internet connectivity. So a lot of the times these reports were getting lost, and there was like double booking where agents would go out to the field to do the same task again and again. And it was also a friction point for these, for these people out on the field. So this company completely modeled their whole flow in echowin. So it was a phone number instead of a web page they would have to fill on their phone. And now these field agents could just dial a number and report everything as they were driving back on their truck without any friction. So that's, that was one of the surprising things. And then now we've seen everything from security companies using our platform to dispatch agents to, enterprises using it internally for all sorts of different automation. So sky's the limit, really. And we, you guys are the domain experts. You guys are the industry experts. So, feel free to get creative with the platform. It's an open-ended platform. Okay, Ritika had asked, what happens to customer calls if the echowin server crashes? Do I need a person or will it be handled by backup? So we actually have a team of 30 people answering. I'm just kidding. You can. So first, our platform is very resilient. This is where Ashish's expertise working on airplanes comes into play. After building airplanes, like he has been hyper focused on making sure everything is fail proof, resilient. So for that reason, we have a lot of fallback systems that handle scenarios if things go wrong. On top of that, we are powered by Google's Google Cloud Platform, which is by itself, very resilient to a lot of things. And then on top of that, we also work with Cloudflare to make sure that all the bases are covered. So usually you won't have to worry about that. Now, in terms of your specific workflow, feel free to transfer the call if things go south. I mean, you can literally instruct the agent to say, if the caller gets too frustrated, just transfer them to customer service, right? So feel free to like model that however you want. Okay. All right. So how is echowin different than other agents? That's a great question. There are a few things. I mean, there's a lot that we do differently. And, we have been one of the pioneer companies in this space. And we got to see how the baseline technology has evolved, where the gaps are, where the challenges are. And we've been able to kind of work with that. And that has helped us bring this robust platform to you guys where first, it's an end-to-end platform. So it's like instead of duct taping a bunch of different pieces to create voice agents that work for your business, we give you an all-in-one platform that has all sorts of visibility. I mean, you can even take this to go. What I mean by that is our platform is available on mobile as well. So same exact platform you can use on the go on your phone, wherever you are. So yeah, it's an all-in-one platform. I mean, that's the key point here. The second thing is that we are abstracting away all the technicalities. You don't need to know which model is the greatest. You don't need to know what temperature is. You don't need to know any what rag is or any other technicalities to be able to build your agents. All you need to do is focus on your business logic, and that's it. Beyond that, there are a lot of other things that set us apart. So feel free to check out our website or book a demo if you need more details. But yeah, those are some of the key ones. Okay. All right. I think we covered most of the questions on chat. Did I miss anything? Oh wait, I see some more things down here.
Yeah, so there's a question about HIPAA compliance, and so we are in a process of working for HIPAA compliance as well as SOC 2. Should be compliant, fully compliant in the next 2.5, 3 months. I would say.
Yeah, and then yeah, so the compliance is pending. So we can definitely write BAAs if needed. So reach out to us. We'll work with you on that. And let's see, white label pricing model. Maybe Ashish can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, the pricing model is going to be very similar to our self-serve pricing, except for white label agencies. We ask them to pick tier three package, plus there will be a flat white label fee. And for everyone who is attending this webinar today, we have 75% off on that flat white label fee. So we'll send you all the details. Please reach out to us at support at echo.win, and then we can set up a call and discuss details on the pricing for white label.
Perfect. Another question here is, I'm currently using Nextiva VoIP and my phone number is assigned to me through them. Is a fast port option available for VoIP or Nextiva specifically? I would actually have to, I don't have this answer on top of my head. I would have to look into this, but most
I
likely.
actually answered earlier.
Okay.
Particularly with them, maybe we need to check with them. But for the most part, we'll be able
Yeah,
to fast track that process. We'll be
exactly.
happy to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Prasad had a question. And now I'm guessing you're asking that regarding the white label. Will the per minute charge be the same as tier three? So since it starts from tier three, it should be the same.
Yes.
Just can confirm that. Great. A lot of good questions. I really appreciate you guys for making time to join this session, and I hope it was useful. If anything, I hope it sparked some ideas in terms of where the state of AI agents is headed, what is possible today, and uh, I hope this kind of gets you thinking about how to incorporate AI in your own use cases. Again, we've been around for only 2.5 years, and we are actively taking feedback from everyone because at the end of the day, we're building this tool for people like you who are actually going to deploy it for your own use cases. So let us know if you have any suggestions or any feature requests, for example, or anything we could do better. We'd be happy to work with you on that. And on top of that, if you need any support as you're setting up these agents, please reach out to our support team. We have a around the clock 24-hour support team, and our response times are usually less than an hour. And if needed, we can hop on a call or we can chat or whatever works for you. Our goal is to make sure you're successful in deploying AI agents that actually add value. So that's that. I think Gil had a question about the
Yeah,
pricing.
quickly want to make an announcement here for everyone who joined our webinar today. We have a special offer for you guys. If you're new to echowin, your first month will be just $1. And then for all of our subscribers, we are adding additional 3,000 bonus credits to all of you as a thank you.
Yeah, it's a good time to get started. All right, guys. I know we've kept you guys here for really long and right around lunch hour too. So I hope you guys get some good lunch. I'm kind of getting hungry myself. We will do more webinars in the future. Please let us know if you had any feedback around the webinar itself. This was our first time, so I do want to apologize again for all the little hiccups that we saw earlier. I know for sure that we will be more prepared next time. And let us know
And
what
we
we
won't have any more Discord noise in the background. I apologize for that again. I wasn't aware.
exactly. And yeah, we'll definitely follow up with an email containing all the little details around how you can sign up.
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm gonna pass it back to Ashish for closing notes, and then maybe we can call it a day.
Yeah, once again, thank you so much for joining. If there are any unique use cases, or as you guys start building your agents, if there are any questions, please reach out to any of us, and then we'll be able to help you out, or we can set up a quick demo call to really build your agent so that you can quickly deploy it. Other than that, please provide us feedback on the webinar, on the platform, product, our agent, business, pricing. You know, we have built a platform so that we can help you be successful in utilizing AI in a reliable way. I think one of the distinction about our platform is in a reliable way. That's the key thing.
That's the
We'll
key.
focus on that.
There's a lot of promise being thrown out in the industry right now, and we want to be grounded to reality. We want to only promise the things that are possible today. But that being said, I think we're going to see these AI agents evolve, and there's a there's a lot more coming. The fundamentals are out there, and really the big part is packaging them up in a usable way, where it doesn't require too much technicalities. That's where we come in. So yeah, let us know if you have any feedback. Don't want to keep you here for too long. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day or night, depending on where you're joining from. Looks like we have a global audience here today. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
See
Bye.
you guys.